we need to send somebody to kind of help them progress as humanity. And then they sent us Elon Musk. I mean, if you look at his body, dude, he looks like a spoiled milk bag. Welcome to Saint Aubin Central. People don't try to be an internet person. You gotta have thick skin to be an internet personality. I am somebody. I have 11 downloads per episode, which I've learned 3 people who they are. So there is another 8 that's somewhere in the world. I have 172 subscribers on YouTube. I am an absolute nobody. But when I put my thoughts out there, this is what I've learned. People don't like it when you have thoughts or ideas about how things should work. The amount of hateful comments that I get is hysterical. I'm a nobody, and I put my ideas out there, and then, some kid who lives in his mom's basement in the backwoods of Kentucky is just like, you're a loser. Or like this one got me. I was talking about how conservatives are punk rock, and this person was like, no, man, you're punk rock. Society tells you to lose weight, but you gain another chin.
That's really good.
And I was just like, damn, dude, the internet's a beautiful place, But do people come after me? And I'm like, I can't even imagine when I actually have something and I actually make waves, dude. Like, that's when it's going to get wild. Imagine if I have like 100,000 subscribers, dude.
You're toast.
Ooh, I am done. And these are like all the people coming after me now. They're the scrubs of the internet. Just wait till like the professional trolls get in there and then they say things, But you have to be careful. A lot of it's a mindset, dude. I had some hot takes on Bon Iver. And somebody was just like, yeah, bad take here. And then my first response was like, fuck this guy. Look, who's... And I'm like, oh, I get it. I just need to let it go. But, dude, does the internet come after you? It's absolutely...
I was trying to find some of those salty ones.
Insane, dude. The stuff that people say about you. But what I was originally going to start this podcast with is I wanted to talk about Elon Musk. This is my theory on Elon Musk. I think Elon Musk is an alien. I think this is what I think happened. Elon Musk is an alien, and aliens were observing our planet and just seeing us like a bunch of cave people, like picking up sticks and like poking at rocks. They're like, oh, they're struggling. We need to send somebody to kind of help them progress as humanity. And then they sent us Elon Musk. I mean, if you look at his body, dude, he looks like a spoiled milk bag. Like, have you seen him shirtless? He hasn't seen the sun. He looks like a better version of, remember in Men in Black, Edgar?
Oh, yeah.
Where he bug gets inside. He looks like a smaller bug got inside of a human body.
You're going to get absolutely demolished on the internet.
Well, I'm just saying that I think that's Elon Musk is an alien, dude. He's not have you seen him talk? Like when he talks, he's like, because his brain's going so fast. Like normal people's brains don't do that. Elon Musk is an alien, and he's trying to help us get like interplanetary and like more clean energy so we don't like destroy the earth, because aliens for too long, they've been looking at planet Earth and being like, yo, hey, these guys, oh crap, they got nukes now? Oh no. We need to send in someone like in the Terminator, they sent John. Just to like, hey, you need to help them. You need to protect this one person. The alien's like, yo, dude, we need to help the human species. We're going to bring in, a giant milk bag to help us out. It's just like his brain, it's just like, you just see his brain working. He's just like, What do you think? I think it's entirely plausible, dude.
Just the parallel of him being the Terminator, I think, yeah, you nailed it.
I think it's entirely plausible. Like, think about it, dude. This stuff, he's working on Neuralink now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Neuralink
Exciting.
is so exciting. Like one, just for like the basic like function that it's trying to do is just like rewires people's brains. So like, whether if they have like Parkinson's or I think even like blindness, certain things like,
Yeah.
or people if they have bad motor functions, Neuralink can just go. And if I'm not mistaken, I thought it was like last year or the year before, they were looking for a like human trial director, somebody to like,
Yeah.
do it all. So, which is exciting, dude. Yeah, but that's just the base level. But like what Neuralink's really gonna do, it's gonna plug us into the metaverse.
We're like half a step from that now anyway. Like think about how much you look at your phone all day, like just to get info, or like how many times you've been in a convo and they're like, who's that like actor that we all
Yeah,
like?
yeah, yeah. And it's immediately.
It's just like we're
Don't you kind of miss that though? Like the days of mystery, or when
Yeah.
you could be like a know-it-all, and people are like, "Oh, he said it confidently," he must know. But now you're like, "Well, this is what happened." Like, let me look it up. You're like, "No, no, no, don't look it up. Whatever."
I like the guessing game. I really
Yeah.
enjoy that, and
There's
I agree.
something to mystery, because
yeah.
it reminds me of like, oh, I'm not in control and I don't know everything. I'm not that important.
It feels like a nice reward. I like kind of working my brain for something like I know I've seen this guy from somewhere, and I will like just
Yep.
mull it over for like 20 minutes, and then it'll finally come to me, and it feels
and
so
then that
good.
dopamine hit.
Oh
dude.
yeah, oh yeah.
But I think Neuralink's trying to like fix some motor function of humanity, but I just think it's gonna plug us into the metaverse and it's gonna make it a seamless experience. And then what I think will eventually happen is we'll have Neuralink, but then we'll have some sort of feeding tube where we'll just be in the metaverse 100% of the time. And then when we go eat, the feeding tube will just serve us some slop, but our brain's telling us in the metaverse, like, I'm eating a steak right now. Oh my gosh, I'm eating, and that slop, that gabagool shit is just like going into our bodies, and it's giving us all like this is where Wally got it wrong. Wally was like, they're just gonna get fat and whatever, but we're not gonna be fat. We're gonna be very, I think we're gonna have a lot of nutrition, and we're gonna be very healthy. Because it's just gonna feed us the nutrients that taste like dog shit, but our brains are gonna be like, man, this is foie gras.
Are we walking around in this life, or is
No,
this one
I
we're
mean,
like in the bean pods?
It might. I would guess we'll be in some sort of bean pod, and our brain is either doing all the motion, like making us feel like we're moving. I don't think Ready Player One is what the metaverse will be. I think it's going to be more like the Matrix.
Yeah.
Where something like Neuralink, you get plugged in, but then you can eat in there. You can just live your entire life in the metaverse.
Honestly, I'd rather take the bean pod, the Matrix, than the like sweaty van in Ready Player One.
Because at some point you have to take those goggles off.
Yeah.
But you could just live in the Matrix as long as you don't get unplugged.
Hook me up. I'm there.
I'm excited for it, dude. People are just like, oh no, that's not how man was. Like a man was supposed to die from infection, but we fixed that.
Yeah.
Get over it, dude. The metaverse is coming.
Yeah, people would stop in their tracks if anyone had a cough like 200 years ago.
100%.
They thought like, oh, he's a goner.
The entire like before, I don't know, like 1400, everybody died because they didn't wash their hands.
Diarrhea was like a real problem. Like we joke about it like at the water cooler, like I had diarrhea last night.
We learned, we evolved. Like this is one of my back in the Roman Empire, bathrooms were public houses. It was just like a big stall. Everyone would go in there, they'd take a shit, they'd piss, do whatever. And to wipe their butts, there was a sponge in water. They would just grab a stick, stick it under, wipe, put it in the water, and be good to go. Like that was necessary because we need to get rid of some people. But also, we've evolved and learned some things. So, like, of course, we're going to continue to evolve. Yeah. Eventually, people are like, man, living life is just not good for you.
Yeah.
You know, being outside, humans are, emitting too much CO2 and we're ruining the planet. Let's put them in a bean pod and just plug them in.
We're all going to be like translucent, just like
big old jellyfish, dude. You're halfway there, man. Gee, But that's where I think the metaverse is going. That's where I think Neuralink is like that first thing that we created. Like if you think about it, when was Thomas Edison invented like the light bulb and like how to harness electricity, you know, he had no idea. He was just like, oh, I can just light up some rooms. Elon Musk is probably like, oh, I can just, you know, reconnect some brain tissue, you know, and then it's going to be some other guys like, oh, I can actually make this better and make it poppin' in the metaverse, dude. Just all the time, just EDM, I'm at a buffet the whole time. Just
have you been? I think I asked. Have you been in the metaverse?
Yeah.
The Zuckerverse?
Well, yes. I haven't been in like public metaverse spaces, but I've used an Oculus. I've played some of their games. I've done some of their rides.
Okay.
But one of the cool things is like you can watch a movie in it.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Like the NBA stuff they were doing too. You could like kind of watch it.
Yep, and you could like talk to people. Mm-hmm. What my buddy said, I have not tried this. He's like, porn is unreal, and I was just like, damn, bro, dude. But he's just in the metaverse, just like. I'm excited for the metaverse, dude. It doesn't scare me at all, you know. And by the time I'm 80, you know, all my friends will be dead. And I'm just like ready for the metaverse. Or they're like, hey, we need some volunteers to go colonize Mars. I'm like, sign me up. Yeah. Let's go.
I'm that person too. Like
let's go. What's the worst that can happen? I die.
Great.
Newsflash, we're all gonna fucking die, dude. Go out with a bang, dude. I'm flying to the moon or to Mars.
I'm kind of excited about retirement villages when I'm like in my 70s and 80s because I'm just gonna play like Super Smash Bros.
100%, dude.
And Xbox all day.
This is the problem with nursing homes today. They're all boring, dude. All the people in nursing homes, all they did, like their pinnacle of invention was the printing press. You know, they're just in there, just like reading books and magazines and watching their news programs on their radio. But when we're in the nursing home, it's gonna be like I'm just gonna be playing Halo all the time, and no one's gonna make me feel bad about it because that's all I can do.
I'll have no family.
I'll have my entire family will be dead, and I'll probably be Twitch streaming. Yeah. You know, Twitch will be this archaic website like Homestar Runner, you know, and I'll be on their Twitch streaming, pulling out my dentures, yelling at, you know, other geriatrics, just playing games, dude. Like,
imagine a 90-year-old on Twitch just constantly.
Dude, nursing homes. You're right, dude. Nursing homes of the future are. Part of me is like, it is terrifying to just like not matter in the world, you know? 'Cause, like, that's what we do with old people, and we're gonna look back at it in like 100 years like, yikes, dude. We just put a bunch of these people in a room and fed them Jello and called it good.
Yeah, played checkers. You know?
That's all they do. But by the time we're in nursing homes, dude, we're just playing video games.
Oh yeah,
we're watching porn on an Oculus. You know, we're just doing like that's just what we do, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
And we get fed all the time.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
nursing homes are gonna be lit. You're right.
Yeah, I am not really that afraid of them because we won't need like some stupid college intern to come in and like teach us how to do water aerobics. Just give me a headset, give me some headphones.
I mean, like the future's just gonna be so wild. Like we're like, you know, I used to make fun of my parents all the time. They're like, hey, how do you do this? I'm like, oh, let me Google that for you and send them the link because they don't understand. But that's gonna be us. They're like, oh, you don't understand, you know, this, you know, quantum mechanics device. And I'm like, no, I don't, dude.
Fix it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be something.
You're right, dude. Nursing home, I love playing Halo now. I will play. If I wasn't married and didn't want a music career, I would play 10 hours a day.
That's me with Rocket League. Stream. I have to cut myself off.
I would stream. Daddy just got a wired connection in here. Guess who's gonna start Twitch streaming, dude? Here comes Saint Aubin Gaming, dude. Just in there, just playing video games, yelling at 12-year-olds. You know, look out for me, Saint Aubin Gaming on Twitch.
Is it your handle too?
No, I think it's Saint.
Can you not say it?
No, it's X Saint Aubin X. Just because.
Nice.
Someone, but it's not even there. Like I've looked up Saint Aubin, but it's not there. But like you can't use his name.
Unbelievable.
I don't understand. But I lost my thought train. What else am I talking about? Oh, dude, have you heard the conspiracy theory about Harry Styles being bald?
Yes, I have.
I think he's bald.
I don't know. I honestly don't know where I
I
land on
think
this one.
100% Harry Styles is bald. There's been multiple photos of him where it's like you see this like kind of weird like bald patch. Even when he was One Direction, when they interviewed him a long time ago,
That far
they're like,
back?
which one of you will go bald first? And he was just like him. And you saw him as a kid. He had like a crow's peak. You know, he's way too he makes labels way too much money for them to let him go bald. Because
Now-
this is the problem with our culture. If Harry Styles went bald, his record sales would just plummet, dude. Ain't no girls want to listen to some Uggo looking like a Guess Who character, you know? Like, I'm serious, dude. Harry Styles is bald. I can, like, other than I don't have any evidence, he's bald, dude. Like,
I don't have any evidence. I'm just going off a gut feeling.
no, dude, he's 100% bald. Because I remember I was like talking to my wife, like, Harry Styles, like she loves Harry Styles.
Oh,
'cause
he's dreamy.
So nice. He's dreamy.
Honestly, he's my crush
But
too.
you remove his hair, he's like a couple like donut boxes away from looking like George Costanza. You know?
Well, my take though with the conspiracy, where I think it falls apart though, is that why wouldn't he just get hair plugs? Because those like you can yank on those. But the conspiracy videos I've seen are like a toupee of like,
Yeah.
he's like on stage kind of like turning around too fast and it kind of like does one of
It's
those. Like,
I no, you're right, and he could have hair plugs.
so that's why I'm like, I would
100%.
not doubt at all that he's got hair plugs. But the conspiracy of him, like, I've
has
seen like
a
the videos of
toupee.
him like bending over at a concert and you can kind of see it like fall forward. And I'm
Yeah.
I don't know about
Yeah.
that one.
You
But
know what?
Who knows?
You may be right, but a toupee's more fun, dude.
I
And
hope it's a
that's-
toupee,
And that's
though.
the things with conspiracy theories, dude. They're fun.
They are fun.
They are so much fun. When you rode that QAnon wave, woo!
Oh
You know, the election was stolen. Maybe, I don't know. Woo!
Moon landing?
The moon landing, dude. And then it's like that's where you put the conspiracies. It's like the moon landing, the JFK assassination, the 2020 election was stolen, QAnon, Harry Styles is bald, dude. He's bald. I think he's bald.
I
dude.
think
That's-
most people in Hollywood in the public sphere probably have had hair plugs. So.
Absolutely,
I would bet it.
But I'm just like, as messed up as it is, like if he didn't have that luscious head of hair of his,
No, yeah.
he would be gone.
Look at LeBron. Remember his forehead?
Yep, and yeah, but that's why, because like basketball, there's some uggos who play.
There are.
You've seen some of those boys from Serbia, dude. Close your mouth. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I can't do this anymore. Oh my gosh!
Oh, I needed that. Oh, God.
Oh. Oh. Oh my gosh!
I think we'll have to talk
dude.
about the NBA on a whole nother episode, apparently.
Oh my gosh! But
Wow.
that's true. Why are all the Serbian players? All their mouths are like open, dude.
Oh, man. Oh, my God.
Oh man,
Yes.
that cured something in me. Wow, I haven't laughed that hard.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a belly laugh for me over here. Dang.
Oh man, I don't remember.
We were talking about LeBron's
Oh,
forehead
yeah,
going
yeah.
halfway back his head.
Well,
and
yeah,
he
because
got
it's
hair
like
plugs.
you don't have to be good. You don't have to be good looking to play. You just got to score points.
Yeah, that's
But if
true.
you want to sell records, you got to be good looking. That's why I'm on a weight loss plan, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, like I think like as a fat person, I'm like a 7. Like, and that's pretty good.
Oh, you're more than 7.
No.
7.5.
But I'm saying like, if I lost weight, like without question, I'd be a 9. Because I got that like what's his ethnicity?
A little mysterious,
You know, it's
yeah.
like mysterious. I'm brown. People pay to look like me. They go to tanning beds and burn their skin to look like me. Like skinny Saint Aubin without is a 9, maybe a 10.
Unstoppable.
Yeah. But fat Saint Aubin, definitely a 7. Definitely a 7. But that's and the 7's still good.
Yeah.
There's some skinny people who aren't even a 7. I'm a 7.
I think me with plugs.
You
We're
don't need
talking
plugs
7
yet,
and a half. Well, we're probably gonna
Oh, in
have
the
to
back.
get there. I think
Ooh.
yeah.
Either plugs or Judaism.
I'm business
you know?
in the front. I'm business in the. Jeez. Those are my two options. Yeah.
Dude, that's probably true. Like that's why people convert to men convert to Judaism later is
Yeah.
because they go bald.
It's like the Seinfeld episode.
And they
like,
need something to cover up that patch in the back.
what was the one with like Bryan Cranston's dentist? He's like, I think my dentist converted to Judaism just for the jokes.
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
It's like I think it converted to Jesus just for the hair loss.
Dude, I played a show not that long ago. It's been a while. It's been a year since I played a show. Definitely need to do more burpees. Still a little bit out of shape. But this is the thing that bothers me so much with shows. And like particularly festivals or when you're like a nobody band, you basically have to do whatever the sound person asks. But backlines, the sole purpose of a backline is the sound person doesn't want to do their fucking job. Those lazy people, you can't move a couple microphones and then all the other DIY bands have to suffer through it because you don't get paid enough in your New Balance white sneakers and your ponytails, you know? Just like, yo, dude, why are we doing a backline? Can we please just do what I asked you to do and what you're paid to do? Some people are lazy.
I'm all for it. As coming from someone who did do audio engineering, like I would much rather just give people what they want on
Some
stage.
people, they get a little, it's a little power trip, especially when like the small bands are like, no, you do what I say.
Like what you're saving maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Like
I know, and then it's just like it's because I mean, ever since St. Aubin started, dude, the back line, like
gosh.
it's because we'd always set up in a line, and then the sound person's like, well, I'd have to move the mics. Oh, I'm sorry, you mean you'll have to do your job?
And
A
they're
sound
clip-offs.
person's job. This is the 3 things they do: pull out a mic, plug it in, turn the soundboard on.
Yeah.
That's all they do, and they can't move it, and they complain about it, and then just it's backlines are just because sound people are lazy and they don't want to do the one thing they're paid to do is to move microphones.
You're going to get a lot of angry sound engineers.
That's fine,
coming
dude.
at you.
That's totally fine. Like, if people get upset at me for calling them what they are, a bunch of lazy, washed up dads, then like, by all means. But I can't. I hate backlines.
It is annoying when you bring all your stuff because you're not even sure what the venue might even have, and then so you bring your whole kit and all that stuff, and they're like, "Oh, you're actually going to use the house kit over there."
Yeah, it's just like, oh, okay. And then the house kit's like a piece of shit,
Oh my
dude.
gosh! I don't even
It's
around
like, what did a
house
bunch
kits.
of? Did you like take some scraps from beavers and put it together? A drum set. House kits are always trash. Like the amp I played was like a crate.
Oh, it's always a crate.
And it's like, and it's always just like dog shit. Like at least if you do a backline, give me like a quality amp. Give me like a Fender Blues Junior or like a deluxe reverb or something like that, and make it like a nice like Ludwig kit or like something that's like decent.
Treat me right.
Not some like trash thing that you like found in an alleyway.
Yeah, or like they'll want you to go direct in sometimes, like for bass. They're like,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
you don't even need anything. Just go direct
Yeah,
in.
you're just like, what? Oh,
Direct
okay.
in, don't even need an amp.
That's whatever. And that's man, local musician, we just need to like revolt against the backline. I'm gonna start a petition to stop.
You should
the
make
backline.
shirts. No more backline.
Oh, dude, 100%, dude.
There you go.
It's like, but yeah, that's the thing that bugs me. You know, what other bugs me, and this is probably with people, and I feel like I've talked about this before, but set lists. I'm trying to think. Whatever. Set lists are for pussies, dude. You can't remember 6 songs in the order of them. I can't tell you how many times I played a show with people and they're just like, hey, can you write down a set list? I'm like, we're playing 5 songs, Nathaniel. You can't remember 5 songs? well, the order. I'm like, we've practiced like 4 times and you can't remember the order. We practice in the order, but it needs to be written down. You can't remember the order of a song.
I'm
Set
feeling
lists are for a bunch of losers, dude.
personally
I'm sorry.
attacked over here.
Yeah, well, you should be, dude. Like, doesn't it make sense? Like, okay, if you're Wilco and you're gonna play 40 songs, that makes sense, you know? But you're a DIY band you're an opener and you have 6 songs and you have a set list. I don't even think people need the set list. It's just like the novelty of it. It like looks cool to have the set list on the ground.
It does look
cool.
cool.
In marker.
Oh yeah.
And it looks cool.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm wrong. Set lists are for like lazy people who probably have brain damage because they can't remember 6 songs in a row.
If I remember, we've had shows where we didn't do a set list, and then somebody would just go rogue after we.
Well, the problem with that was because we had two cooks in the kitchen.
There were 2 cooks in the kitchen.
But if you have one cook in the kitchen calling the shots, again, like Jack White, dude, he's just up there. Hey, you know my songs, let's play them. You know, but I can't. When people are just like, you have a set list, I'm like, we're playing 6 songs, you can't remember. It seems it's a little ridiculous, right?
You're not going to convince me. I'm pro set list.
Why?
Boy over here.
Why?
Why not? Is a better question. It takes.
I just told you why not.
It takes 5 seconds to write the songs down.
Yeah,
you make
but
everyone's lives better.
But I'm like when I see a set list on stage for an opener, I'm like, oh, these kids went to alternative school and they're dumb. It's like when I see somebody like an opener with like a 6-song set list, I'm like, what's wrong? Like, do you have brain damage that you can't remember 6 songs?
What was the last show that you did for Saint Aubin? Which songs did you perform in order? Do you remember?
The last show?
Yeah.
Yeah. Losing Control, Chocolate Pocket, Matter of Time, Parables. Where Did I Go Wrong? Anchor's Break, Falling Out of Love, Lonely.
Okay, that's pretty confident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because one, they're my songs, so it's
you
like
kind of flustered around 6 and 7.
But no, but it's like like this. I get it if you're like when the guys who play with me, they want a set list. It's not their songs, you know. But when I write the songs with, I don't know, maybe a guy named Fred and maybe a guy named Scott, and they're like, hey, we need a set list. Like, you wrote these songs. Why do you need a set list? You wrote these songs. You should be able to remember
it's
the
like
order
putting
of
up
the songs.
Google Maps on the way to place you've already been. It's just nice
Why,
to,
dude?
Sometimes you just want to know the course ahead,
my
just in
gosh,
case,
dude.
you know?
No.
You just need...
It's for weak. Set lists are for weak people. And
All
if
right.
you use a set list, I'm sorry, but you're a weak person and you should consider another career.
Agree to disagree.
That's fine, dude. It's just like you got to let the peacock fly. You got to let people be free. Just express it freely. I think that was like my biggest thing that I wanted to end on.
Okay.
Well, I went on this. I read people are always a lot of my friends, actually I do have some notes on this. I need to watch, but people are always complaining about, and I have been a person who's complained about this too, about how like Spotify doesn't pay people enough. And it's like, I just read this article and it was pretty eye-opening. And it was like almost 75% of all of Spotify's revenue goes to songwriters, copyright owners, people who own the masters, etc. Which is crazy. That's a ton of money. The problem is a lot of these people, they're on record labels, and the record label takes the majority of the money. And then also, there's also another stat. It was 99.4% of all streams is based. There's 1% of artists that account for 99.4% of all streams.
If that's true, that's wild.
Which is crazy. So that's probably like your Taylor Swifts, your Bad Bunnies, Dua Lipas, etc. Which is disappointing. But I think Spotify is the greatest tool for artists
Yeah.
that's ever been there. Not including like the data you get. I can, open up my Spotify for Artists app. I can see where people are streaming my songs. I can see what playlists I get in. I can see all of that data in real time. But this is what was interesting. Out of the, I think this was, I think it was last year. Spotify did research. So 13,000 artists are making at least $50,000 a year, which is for an independent artist. And these were like independent artists. They're like, that's an incredible living for an independent artist. And that's 13,000. Like in the grand scheme of the world, that's not a lot of people, but that's way more than what it used to be.
Sure.
And I just, I don't know. I think when I think of Spotify, I think it's the greatest asset that any musician has. Nobody was able to, I mean, granted, you got to use like a distributor, but just upload your songs and then put it up there. Like we have all the tools that record labels had in the 90s. And we can do it all ourselves.
Super quick, too.
Yeah. But Spotify, I mean, yeah, they don't pay. I think it's like 0.0034 cents a stream.
Stacks.
Which is nothing. But if you get enough streams, I think it was like 1 million streams gives you like $3,000. So if you can figure out a way to get 1 million streams a month, I mean, you're making $36,000 a year.
It's a lot of work.
It is. It's a ton of work, but it just the industry, the
13,000.
music.
Do you know how many total artists are on Spotify? Do you
They
remember?
They don't say it, but I think this website or the article that I read, there's somewhere around like 2 million users of DistroKid, TuneCore, and there was one other one. So then they broke it down of just like, okay, so the almost 1% of that group makes an actual living.
Dang.
So it was like 19,000 people.
Not surprised. I mean, there's just so many people on Spotify. I mean, obviously, if not
Well,
everyone can be.
they say roughly 40,000 songs are uploaded a day
That's wild.
to Spotify.
The amount of data that, like we were talking about, just every day. And that's the thing is, like, there's people like us that will take time and try to craft, like, a song before we, like, upload it. Whereas there's other people who will, like, do a first take in their garage and just right away. And they're putting it up every,
But dude, there was a guy, I think his name was Jake Scott is his name, or Jake Gray or whatever. But he, for 3 years, he released a song a month. And now he's got like 5 million monthly listeners, and he's doing his own tour, So it's like, if I had one piece of advice for artists and even for myself, the best thing you can do to have a musical career is to release songs once every month at the bare minimum. I guarantee you, if you do that for a couple years, you'll have something. You may not have a full-blown career. You'll have something. It just, Spotify rewards it. Because I'll be out of my 4-week window, and I have like 300 something monthly listeners. But once I'm out of that 4-week window, that 300 a month listeners drops to 60 or whatever. But if you keep doing it and it just slowly accrues over time and it gets more and more and more, that's the best way to do it. And Spotify rewards use. If you're using it more, if you're uploading more songs, more assets, then I think that's a sure way to have a career. But I just thought it was interesting of like how many people are actually making like a blue collar living just from uploading music to Spotify.
Creators world,
And again, that's just like, if you think about it in different ways, like that's one piece of your revenue share. It's like, okay, well, if you do that and you grow something, you could probably go play a show, create another revenue stream. Have a YouTube channel. That's another revenue stream. So it's like,
work at Arby's.
Work at Arby's, dude. Be an Arby's manager, and every time you hand your bag, put a QR code in it. You're just like, hey, listen to my SoundCloud rap career, you know? But it's possible, man. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll, what an episode, huh?
Boy.
Man, did I shit my pants from laughter. That's for sure.
One for the book.
I don't even. This is the thing. This is the thing about doing podcasts, and you know, I don't even remember what I've said. Yeah. I have no idea. So in the edit, I just hope I haven't said anything like horrible. Well, that's actually why I have somebody in the room with me, because like you and I were very like-minded. But you have probably a healthier gauge of what is appropriate and what is not appropriate. So if you're like, or you, if I see you write down a time, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to bleep that or edit that, because I kind of just go, whatever comes.
I have to police this podcast,
and yeah. I genuinely do not know what I talked about. So we'll see what happens. But I do know that I about shit my pants from laughing. Because of the Slovenians or whatever do this. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a good day. Woo!